Hi everyone, welcome to this Saturday journaling session. So today we are actually going to do some journaling with the prompts that we are going to let go and how we're going to handle our mental space starting today and starting a new month, which we are getting ready to be into December. So we want to start off with a good start. So if you're new to one of these sessions, just know that um, if you participate in the chat, you can just put your comments if you're comfortable. You can either use an emoji that reflects, your response some kind of way. And also, if you are catching the replay, you can do the same thing. Leave your comment for the replay as well. And just remember to give the video live a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, yeah, please consider subscribing to the channel. So, each journaling prompt should give you about 4 minutes to get your response in, to how you are um, for your thoughts, get your thoughts together. And if you're using a digital planner, then of course you would use that. If you're using a regular planner, then you would use that as well. If you are utilizing a hard copy planner like I am right here, then you want to just make sure that you're able to get the questions down and then have that allotted amount of time to journal out your thoughts. What I normally do is I would just put this on mute after I read the prompts, and that will allow you the opportunity to get your thoughts together without hearing me over here and noise in the background. So let's go ahead and get started. So our first question for us is, what is one thing I'm ready to release emotionally today? All right. Keep journaling if you're still thinking. For me, what is one thing I'm ready to release emotionally today? And I would say being overly supportive. Um, I had a wake up call, so to speak, over the weekend. Actually, well, actually yesterday. So this is one that I am ready to release to start a fresh new month, and bring that over into the new year. Is being overly supportive to other people. So yes, I am ready to release that. So if you're journaling, still continue to journal. Like I said, this is our time to be able to allot out for ourselves. So I will go ahead and read the next prompt question for those out there. Let's see. What fear or worry keeps replaying in my mind? So let's take some time to focus on this one. All right. If you're still writing out your response or in your journal, continue to do so. So, what fear or worry keeps replaying in my mind? So, with being on this healthy lifestyle journey and past, experiences with the back issues that I experienced. If you're new and you don't know what I'm speaking about, you can just go and check out my playlist where I'm talking about my health journey. But for the purposes of this, going backwards as it pertains to not being able to walk or stand greater than 5 minutes. So that keeps me playing in my mind, that I have to just make sure that I stay focused and keep doing things that I have adopted in my healthy lifestyle journey thus far, so that way I won't revert backwards. Yes. Okay, so let's dive into what habit no longer serves the person I'm becoming. Let me repeat that. What habit no longer serves the person I'm becoming? Okay. What habit no longer serves the person I'm becoming? So, I would have to say sleeping in. That's a bad habit that I have. I love my rest. I love just sleeping in, getting all the rest that I need. Um, excuse me. And to tie in with that, excessive amount of TV time. I'm always binge watching something. So those habits no longer serve me, especially on this health journey and with me sort of kind of in maintenance um, with the Zepbound um, um, medicine that I'm taking. So yeah, sleeping in and excessive amount of TV time, binge watching various shows and so forth. So those habits no longer serve me at all for the person I am becoming. Yes, that was a good one. Let me see what I have next for us. What expectations can I release? Once again, what expectations can I release? All right, if you're still journaling out, continue to do so. I am just giving my responses so that way we can keep this live, this video flowing. So, what expectations can I release? Perfection, thinking that everything has to be a certain way before I do something. I picked this one because my better half always says he always tells me I'll be 100 before I do something because I think everything has to be this way, perfect. If it's not this, if I don't have this, then I won't do it. I'll just sit there until I make sure everything is lined up. So perfection. Yeah, so that is what I have for myself. Yes, and if you feel like if you're comfortable sharing, you can put the comment in the chat. So let's look and see what I have next. What memory still holds emotional weight? What memory still holds emotional weight? Okay, so we're letting go. This goes with the theme of letting go. Okay, so remember, keep journaling out your thoughts. So, what memory still holds emotional weight? This one is actually good for me. Um, so, I would have to say, doing a job by myself for almost 2 years, which aided in the issues that I had with my back pain. So that is a memory that holds a lot of weight for me, because if I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't have the pains that I had for those years, 5 years. So I got to let that go. I got to figure out a way to let that go, because it will continue to trigger the fear. Actually, I just realized that. So one of the prompt questions was, what fear or word keeps replaying in my mind? These two go hand in hand, because one calls the other. So yes, yeah, that was a good one. So yes, so let me go ahead to the next one, because I don't want this to be too lengthy. Okay. What do I need to forgive myself or someone else? Mm. What do I need to forgive myself or someone else? Take a moment to process that question, because this is a deep question. Remember, if you're chatting in the comments, you do not have to put your deep, darkest thoughts. You could just put something, an emoji, but this is a good one. So let me go on mute so we can think out our thoughts on how we want to process this in our journal. So this is a tough one, but I am going to go ahead and share and just chime in. Um, who do I need to forgive? Myself or someone else? I need to forgive myself for staying in the situation that I just mentioned for too long. Sometimes we tend to we know when something is wrong. We don't. We think of everything that can go bad if we move another way. So you just tend to just say, okay, well, things gonna get better. It'll work itself out. I have to forgive myself for not um, moving forward faster than what I should have, because it really took, like I said, 5 years of my mobility, my life, my mobility, 5 years. So yeah, I have to forgive myself, because when I'm moving forward for this new month that we're getting ready to approach, and 2026, I need to have that out of me for new opportunities. So yes, okay, that was a good one. All right, let's see. What does letting go look like for me this week? Okay, so for this upcoming week, what does letting go look like for me this week? Let's go ahead and journal. Take a few minutes. Okay. So keep journaling if you're still thinking yours through. What does letting go look like for me this week? So for this upcoming week, by letting go of some of the things that I mentioned already, a new start. It's gonna bring a new mindset, or new, for me to have in my mind new opportunities, new friendships. So letting go is gonna prepare me for this week and going forward, um, all the blessings that will come, new opportunities, as well as new friendships, and so forth. So yes, so letting go is going to benefit me as well, of everything that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so yes, I hope you guys are journaling out your thoughts, whether you're using a piece of paper, digital journal, an actual journal, or your notes on your phone. So, because this is really therapeutic. That's why I like to do these on Saturday mornings, before you get your day started. So let's see. Oh, excuse me. So how would my life feel if I let go of one thing? How would my life feel if I let go of one thing? All right, go on mute. Okay, so how would my life feel if I let go of one thing? So, if I was to let go of one thing, my life would just be peaceful. You know, I added relaxed and stress free, but peaceful. So, yes, um, how would your life feel if you let go of one thing? Comment down below. Make sure I'm not hitting this keyboard. All right, so let's see what I have. What is currently taking up the most space in my mind? Ooh, interesting. So I need to process this one. Go ahead and journal out your thoughts. Let me go on mute so you won't hear me. Okay, so what is currently taking up the most space in my mind? It goes back to what I said earlier, perfection. That is taking up a lot of space in my mind. Having everything perfect for whatever the situation is, and it's not a perfect world. We're not perfect. We're not, it is what it is. So I found this quote because I knew I saw this in my little sticker book. For those who enjoy journaling and planning, I'm utilizing this Happy Planner sticker that has like quotes and other things in here as I do the journaling, because I just like to have a little bit of color on here when I'm doing something. But the quote that I found was, as long as you know who you are, it doesn't matter what others think. And that goes with what I just said, the perfection, being perfection, having everything just be perfect. That is holding up a lot of space in my mind, to be honest. It really, truly is. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at what I have for us to journal about next. What can I declutter from my thoughts today, as of right now? What can I declutter from my thoughts today? Okay, so what can I declutter from my thoughts today? So I would have to say removing the thought process, decluttering that I always need to plan for every single thing. Sometimes you don't have to plan, you just need to just do. Um, but I love planning. I guess I love planning, and then I love journaling. So I guess that gets that holds me up with certain things. In life, it's good to plan, but sometimes when I feel like I need to plan for every single thing before I take action, versus some people, they'll just I'm not good with analogies. I think, what is it? Put their feet in first, and then whatever happens. I don't know that I'm not good with analogies, but you know what I'm saying. That's not me. I have to plan every single thing before I do it. That goes with what my better half said. I'll be 100 before I do anything. So yes, I need to declutter that out of my thoughts as of today, and everything will work itself out if I can stop thinking that way. So yes, let's go ahead to the next one. If my mind was a room, what would I remove? Okay, if my mind was a room, what would I remove? Let me go on mute. So, okay, so keep journaling if you need time. Um, so, if my mind was a room, what would I remove? So the way I took this is, you know, what in that particular room would you remove? I will remove the refrigerator. And I came up with that because in the refrigerator, you're stocking your items in your refrigerator or your freezer, you know. Um, and sometimes you just keep stuff in there, and you need to, you know, if you're not doing a weekly clean, checking to see what needs to be, you know, moved out, expired. If you're not doing that, you're just leaving it there, and it's just cluttering up the fridge until you can remove it. So I went with the refrigerator just because it's always something here that's there, and it takes some time, a moment, it takes a minute before I can just remove it and be done with it. So I came up with that one. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what you would remove if your mind was a room. So yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so what boundaries do I need to protect my mental space? What boundaries do I need to protect my mental space? Let's journal it out. Okay, so if you're still journaling, keep on journaling. So, what boundaries do I need to protect my mental space? So, the only thing that I could think of that I feel like resonates with a lot of things that I um, speak about is I don't want it to come across a certain way, but just not caring, having that no care attitude. Because what I see in some people that I've come across in my lifetime is when they have that no care attitude, is me. They don't really be concerned about this and that, like I was saying about the planning, the being perfect, having everything ironed out and all that stuff. You know, some people just put both feet in it and just go with the flow. So I would say to protect my mental space, I have to get in the habit of just not caring, just and not to a point to where it's a bad thing, to not care, but it's actually good. And I don't want to say have my guard up, because my guard is always up, because I'm a people watcher. I see patterns. And so when I see patterns, I already know what type of person a person is, because I can point that out real good. But to protect my mental space, I would have to say just not caring, you know, and just do the things I know that I need to do. So that is what I would have to say I would need as a boundary. And it's kind of strange of a boundary, but if it makes sense, you know what I'm saying. Just not caring. Not in a selfish way, not in a hateful way or a vindictive way, but just not caring. Okay, so let me go ahead. I think we're almost done. So, what thoughts can I pause or release for now? What thoughts can I pause or release for now? Journal it out, guys. Journal it out. All right. So, what thoughts can I pause or release for now? So, I am not pausing any thoughts. I will release for now. And I just kind of touch base on that. I will release thinking that I need a plan for every single thing, and I need to be perfect, or everything needs to be perfect in order for me to execute the plan. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I think we're almost done. I think it's maybe one more or two. Yeah. So, what brings me mental clarity and calm? What brings me mental clarity and calm? Let's journal it out, guys. Okay, so for me, this probably is a no-brainer for you all. But what brings me mental clarity and calm? So just talking my thoughts through. Journaling. Journaling is so good for the soul. It's therapeutic. Some people, they do utilize counselors, and so forth, which is always the best way to go. But if you're not in that point where you're utilizing a counselor, therapist, journaling is key. It gives you time to do what we call a brain dump, so to speak. Getting everything out. When you just have that moment for that day, if it's a day when you just have so much going on and it's like, ooh, just getting your journal or piece of paper or something, just journaling, just writing out, just one word, just getting it out there. It can then give you clarity so you will know how to move forward. And it calms you because once you're able to release all those words, so to speak, that's in your brain, that's just sitting there, it then releases calmness. So yeah, so that I know if you are still here watching, that was a no-brainer. The journaling for me, yeah. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I think it's just two more. So, what is one small task that would clear mental clutter? What is one small task that would clear mental clutter? Let's journal it out. And if you don't have anything, then that's fine, but I'm just going to go on mute so I can process this question. Okay, so what is one small task that will clear mental clutter? I kind of just said it a few minutes ago, but a daily brain dump in your journal, or like I said earlier, if you're using, excuse me, a digital planner device, your notes app, a recording, however. But that is one good small task. It only takes a good 5 to 10 minutes out your day, and that helps you release, like I said, those thoughts that are sitting here, those different words that you're seeing, you're hearing. It helps you to get that clutter out. So yeah, I would definitely say a daily brain dump, so that way you won't carry that over into your night. Because when you go to bed, if you still have those negative or worries, whatever it is, um, in your thoughts, in your brain, you're not going to have a good, peaceful night's rest until you get it out. And if you notice that you are experiencing that to where you still have things just going through, and you're like, oh man, I need to go to bed but I can't, you need to really pull out a journal, piece of paper or something, and you just need to get to writing, because once you get it all out, then that calmness comes in. So the small task, I would say, is definitely a daily brain dump. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this last one, and it is, what area of life feels crowded right now? What area of life feels crowded right now? Let's take a minute to think on this. Journal it out. All right. So if you're still journaling out your thoughts, like I keep saying, keep doing it. This is your time. This is your moment. So what area of life feels crowded right now? So career and profession for is what's crowded right now for me. Just because of what has transpired in the last month, and trying to move forward, trying to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Do I want to do the same thing as before? Do I want a new opportunity? What do I want to do? So right now that's a little crowded, is trying to process that and where I'm trying to go. And then, and it goes with the sense of just starting over. So yeah, that's crowded right now. That is what's going on as of now. So, and I did have a quote that I found. I love my quotes. I'm working on myself for myself. So that goes with this last this last question. So, yes, guys. So we have actually done our journaling for this Saturday, starting a new week. Actually, we're getting ready to be in December, so we're starting a fresh new month, getting ready to be in a new year, 2026. Yes. So I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope everyone who did participate, I hope you were able to get your thoughts down in your journal, so that way you can go back and reflect on some of these things that help you process with the everyday life. So yes, I am so glad. I feel so much better. I hope you do too. So yes, if you are catching the replay, please remember to click the thumbs up and comment in the comments and let me know if like I said, if you're comfortable, put it in the chat. So yes, that is it. So remember to like, comment if you feel so, because this is a different type of video. Share it to anyone that you know that loves journaling and can benefit from this type of content. And then subscribe if you feel so, subscribing to the channel. So yes, that is it. I'm done. we're done. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good weekend and an upcoming good week. All right, everyone. Bye.